Good morning. I'll start things off by turning it over to Captain Phillips.
Good morning, Captain Josh Phillips here with Minnehaha County Sheriff's Department. Just want to give you an update from our warrant task force here for the county. We made an arrest in July of that Miguel Nunez Jr. Near the 3400 block of North 6 for a second-degree murder out of Mower County, Minnesota. He was on the loose for a few days, and we ended up apprehending him along with the help of the Sioux Falls PD. We made another arrest in conjunction with that case for second-degree murder yesterday. The Minnehaha County Fugitive Task Force made that arrest. That individual's name is first of Keith, last of Forrest, and he's a junior, 20-year-old male. That arrest was made near the 4200 block of East 12th Street yesterday, so those two are in conjunction with that, and that is out of Mower County, Minnesota. So that's just want to give you an update on that case. Any questions?
What time did you arrest him yesterday?
Yesterday, early afternoon. So without incident compared to the Nunez apprehension. That one was with the SWAT team and stuff, and so this one was without incident. So, which is
What day was that first one again?
early July, maybe 8th or 9th. Nunez was arrested. I think he had been on the loose for about a week and a half until he was apprehended. So,
Mower County is
Minnesota. Austin, Minnesota, I think is the city, and Mower County would be the county seat where the warrant comes out of. So that's a fugitive warrant. He'll go to court today, and then have to decide if he wants to be extradited or not in that whole process. So,
Do you know the charges he's facing out of Mower County?
second-degree murder as of now, and I believe Nunez was the same charge. So.
How is he the new suspect? How is he located?
Through tips, the warrant task force, and through their search criteria that we utilize. But I said it, like I said earlier, without incident. So it was a good day for them, and not a long, drawn-out one like Nunez was.
Was this suspect from Sioux Falls, or was he just hiding in the area?
He is from Sioux Falls.
Were you guys looking at anybody else as a suspect out of Sioux Falls?
In regards to this case, nothing now coming from Mower County. There could be additional. We don't have that information, but they've had good contact with our warrant task force. If they need any questioning or any other individuals spoken to, that's something that they've been in direct contact with us about. So, and the PD in regards to that case.
Can you give the location one more time?
4200 block of East 12th Street. All right, thank you.
Okay, I've got a couple of stabbings from the aggravated assaults. The first one was last night about 10:30. That was at 11th and Duluth Avenue. The victim in this case was walking. There was a couple other people with him. He had just purchased some beer at a nearby store, and as he was walking, the suspect came up and asked if he could have one of the beers. They told him no, and the victim thought he was just like punched in the back. He kind of felt something in his back, and he reached back there and realized that there was blood on his hand, and then realized he had been stabbed. He went home, which is in the 300 block of North Spring Avenue, ended up calling police, reporting it. The injury was a non-life-threatening injury. Let me see here. So and he did go to the hospital. The ambulance transported him to the hospital. So it sounds like he sort of knew who this person was. He had a name, but he was able to give a description, and then we ended up finding the suspect nearby. He was arrested for the aggravated assault. Yeah, I think that's it. Just the one count of aggravated assault. His last name is Labelle, L-A-B-E-L-L-E. First is Tristan, T-R-I-S-T-O-N. Middle is Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L. And he's 22, from Sioux Falls. The victim is 32, also from Sioux Falls.
32-year-old male from Sioux Falls?
Yes. A male.
So the man who approached them initially, is that the same man who stabbed him? And
Yeah,
then
that's the
later-
guy that was asking for the beer is the suspect. He's the one that stabbed him.
What time did this all take place at?
Right around 10:30 last night. Good on that.
What were the charges?
Aggravated assault.
Just aggravated assault?
Looks like he had false impersonation and obstruction. But aggravated assault was the big charge, the felony. All right, our other one, this was about 11 p.m. last night. And this was in, well, I guess I don't know, have an exact location. They were driving. So we've got a couple, I'm not sure if they're boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife, but they're in some type of relationship. She was driving, he was in the passenger seat, and he was upset about something and ended up grabbing a knife and stabbing her in the leg. They ended up stopping in a parking lot this was the 700 block of South Minnesota Avenue is where they stopped. And initially they gave some other story about somebody else was involved and whatever, but once the officers sorted everything out, they figured out that it was the man that stabbed the woman in the leg. So he was arrested for aggravated assault domestic and false impersonation. He gave a fake name to officers initially when they were dealing with him. And I think we have his name. That was part of the issue, was the name he gave. They weren't sure if that was his identity or not. So what I have so far, and I guess if they learn more, then they would change that. But the last name is Begay, B-E-G-A-Y. First is Melson, M-E-L-S-O-N. Middle is Phillip, P-H-I-L-L-I-P. And he's 38 and from Sioux Falls. The victim, the woman, is 35 years old from Sioux Falls.
So he was kind of given a fake name throughout, kind of when he.
Yeah, when the officers were first investigating this and talking to him and getting information, he gave them a fake name. And her injuries, she went to the hospital as well. Those were non-life-threatening injury too. And that's pretty much about it. The burglary, we had a bicycle taken from a garage. The second one was a house that was entered. The counterfeiting, that was last Friday. Had a business that found somebody passed a fake $100 bill. The disorderly conduct, that was another false impersonation. The embezzlement, that was some cash missing from a business. The family offense was a protection order violation. The frauds, nothing big, just some reports. We did have an unlocked car out of that, ID theft. Larcenies, a few unlocked cars, some shopliftings, bicycles, some lost items, nothing high dollar. Narcotics, no big quantities on those. The rape was a report. The sex offenses are both reports. Nothing big from the simple assaults. And the vandalisms were windows, a couple of car windows and then a couple of, or a business window, I guess. But nothing concentrated in one area.
The 100 that was passed, that was just after the fact?
Yeah, they found it after the fact.
Is that like a motion picture one or just?
It didn't say. It just said it was an obvious counterfeit bill, but it didn't give any other details than that. So,
Is it typical for criminals to do like that, a fake impersonation name, or is that just kind of?
or people give a fake name.
Yeah.
Well, it happens all the time.
Okay.
And I mean, they may have warrants. They may. That's probably the most common thing, is if they have warrants that they're given a fake name. Yeah, it's a regular occurrence. Anything else? Okay, thanks.